What is up, guys? Welcome into a massive show. This is going to be a big program. Going to be a big time program. We got Summer Game Fest to react to everything that happened through the actual Summer Game Fest, the Xbox Showcase, the COD Direct, the PC Gaming Show, and that's pretty much it. Because I don't even want to count the Ubisoft Forward because it was that bad. It was just pretty much that bad. So there's a ton of stuff to get to. We have a whole list of games. We're just going to kind of wade in there and start talking about stuff. But other than that, there's a couple announcements. I might wait. Let's do intros, how we doing, and all that, and then I got a couple announcements to make that are pretty sweet. So, I'm one of your co-hosts, Crash, joined by Buff and Blue. What's up, men?
Hi, Crash.
Hello.
I'm Buff.
Hi, Buff.
Hi, Crash.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Blue.
Hi. This is nice, isn't it? How was you guys' weekend? Did you guys have a good weekend? Blue, you do anything constructive? Do you locking in on the training still over there? Your little
Yeah,
Dang.
still working on the gym as well too, man. I finally started bench pressing as well. So
Yeah.
I'm bench pressing my weight at least, which is good. So we're getting to that point.
Good stuff,
And
man.
it's, you know what? It's a lot more complicated than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was just you just push a bar up and down, up and down. I didn't realize, like, my guy who does powerlifting, as you know, back in the day for competition, he was like, this is how you set your feet, how your back is a little bit arched a little bit. You want to make sure you push up towards the rack itself. Don't go straight out because it's gonna fall forward and all kinds of crazy stuff. So
Yeah, you gotta
I'm loving it, dude.
Squeeze your testicles. At the top.
I'm seeing the gains. I'm waiting till I hit that wall. But we're fine for now. I'm still seeing gains. Other than that, the weekend didn't do much at all. The son was at the grandparents for the weekend, so I slept. I didn't realize how tired I get after the gym. Oh my god, just want to sleep afterwards.
Oh yeah, good meal and then you recover.
Oh geez. So, but yeah, I just really chill weekend this time. So didn't even really game. I was just hanging out with the wife. Finally, I got around to watching Dune Part 2. A little bit, man, that's such a long movie. And then I'm finally catching up with like the Fallout series as well too. So.
Yeah, nice. I gotta finish Fallout.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it's sweet. They did a really good job with that. I think there's gonna be a lot more of them. Yeah, Buff, did you think sweet action over there?
No, I went to a buddy's house to watch the Oilers game Saturday, and he made dude loves cooking, so he made us just fantastic food, some ribs, chicken, bratwurst. He made some homemade mac and cheese and just a bunch of grilled up veggies. So that was really cool. Oilers lost, unfortunately, but tonight's game too, so fingers crossed for that. Pulling for the Oilers, and then just watched the NBA Finals also, so at least the Celtics are up 2-0 right now. I don't want to jinx anything. They're playing well. I am a Celtics fan. You know, anything could happen. They look good. It's the other team, so we'll see.
You have sports betting in New York? Are you able to?
It depends. It's tough. I downloaded DraftKings and because I wanted to bet on the hockey game, but I mean, I don't know, not really. Through certain apps, I think you are allowed to, but I am not that familiar with it. But I know my friends do it. So there's got to be ways.
I gotcha. Yeah, we got it in Kansas a couple years ago. It's pretty fun.
Dude, I see my friends make one of them made a couple of grand off a UFC fight recently. I was like, oh my gosh, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's what I've been so into hockey too this year. I would love to start putting bets on stuff. I've just been a hockey addict. So
hell yeah. Man, we got a lot to talk about, an astronomical amount of stuff to talk about. Before we get into it, two things. One thing that's really cool is we passed 10,000 downloads on the audio version. So I think that's a big number. That's 10,000 total downloads. That's a lot of folks listening to us throughout their lives, which is awesome. The other thing, next week is going to be a really, really cool show. Next week's going to be sick. We have the CEO of AnyBrain AI Anti-Cheat is going to be coming on the show for an interview to talk about AI anti-cheat. We're going to be able to ask him questions about how they work through stuff kind of about the overall general things about the fight against cheaters, and just kind of get a little bit of an insight into what's going on with the doing the Lord's work over there, getting cheaters out of here. So we'll be talking to them next week. So another big show next week. It's gonna be really cool. So we're really excited to have him on next week. That being said, you guys know we have a lot to get through this week. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Overall, I would say it was a pretty good success for shooter fans. I think there's been worse Summer Games Fest for shooter fans. There was some stuff. There's definitely some stuff out there. So, I mean, Buff, Blue, where do you guys want to start, man? Like, what? It's just.
Dude, what do you got first on the list, man? Because there's
a lot.
You know where I want to start, but I want to see where you guys want to start.
I have stuff pulled up. We could talk about it. Some of them won't take too long. Just kind of give like general reactions. But the first one, did you guys see the new Doom? Saw Doom?
That's one I missed. There was like so much that I didn't get to go back and watch. I saw like little bits on X about it though, but I'm definitely pumped for it. I gotta look into it more.
I was watching what was it? Big Fry stream on Twitch. I was just hanging out because I was like, I want to just watch some reactions, and I knew he would be streaming it, so I just was hanging out in there. And I mean, the music it's a different composer this time, because I didn't even know about that. I guess the original like music I guess composer for the last couple Doom games, they separated, so it still sounds badass though. It's got that really, heavy metal sound to it. And I guess this is a prequel to the current Doom franchise. This is like before everything that happened. I didn't really play too much of the new Doom series as well too, so I don't really know like the storyline. Perhaps I just know you go in there and you just mutilate everybody. So that's pretty much the whole point. And it's a giant mech as well too. There you'll be able to control, and a flying dragon as well too, like scene. So there's a little bit more movement, I guess, when it comes to this one, which is really cool. And that freaking outfit looks sick. It's got like, it's just the Doom outfit with fur, like on like a fur cape.
The way I understand it, this is like an origin story. This is like a prequel to the 2016 Doom. Like this is a prequel to the newer Dooms.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly.
kind of like an origin story. It looks cool, man. And the thing that's always kind of been striking to me about the Doom games is the graphics are incredible, and it runs at like 1 billion frames.
And that's, dude, seriously. I mean, people always like they test their builds run Doom at like high FPS, and if you can get that, a lot of it is pretty insane. So yeah, it's cool. Really well optimized for the amount of stuff that's happening on screen. Sure, it's only single player, but still,
Yeah.
No, it's still. I remember the last one that came out was like Eternal. I think it was like visually was awesome. So
yeah, and what I don't get is like, I mean, it should be a case study for all developers, like how it looks so good and runs incredible. Like it is like a gold standard of optimization. Usually, in my opinion, they do really well with that. And I guess, yeah, overall, I thought the Xbox showcase was like definitely was the winner. Summer Game Fest was okay. There wasn't much there. Like I feel like the content in Summer Game Fest was kind of lacking, but it was one of the better Summer Game Fest shows because there wasn't a bunch of like advertisements and awards given and stuff. It was like pretty with it.
Yeah,
like, it was
just the games, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I like the flow of the show. I just wasn't a fan of most of the things they showed. But
I will say a lot of cinematics though, a lot of like cinematic footage, not actual gameplay. I mean, it would be it was almost like, can we just at least see gameplay for some games, please? So it wasn't too bad, but there were some moments where I was like, all right, I'd rather, it was like the Indiana Jones game. Like a lot of that was just more, quick couple seconds of gameplay with long. Right. I feel like I was watching more of an Indiana Jones movie, which is fine. I like Indiana Jones as a game, or as a as a franchise, as a movie.
Right.
But it makes me a little bit worried about the actual game itself. Like, what if it's not great and they just wanted to show a little bit of snippet and really just like use the nostalgia of Indiana Jones and the music and the characters to sell the game rather than the gameplay. So, because it's supposed to be first person, it's supposed to be, it's supposed to be your Indiana Jones in first person fighting, with the whip and you punching with your fist. And so it's like, okay, cool. But we barely saw any of that. So
yeah, it's been notorious for doing that, for not showing gameplay. Yeah, I'm probably gonna bounce around a little bit. I just have a lot of this stuff pulled up. It also is an interesting question. Where would Doom guy fit in the Marvel universe? Like Chewie said, that'd be pretty sick. Could he take out the Hulk? I mean, probably, yeah.
He'll find a way. He'll find a way.
Were you guys did you guys notice the Metal Gear Solid remake?
I did.
Where we at on that? Did you guys play those games back in the day?
I played
That was
some
one
of
of the
them.
first ones I did. Yeah, that was one of the first games I played. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. One of my first ones also. I think like visually it looks amazing for sure. So
it does look good.
am definitely excited to play it. That's
yeah. I have to be like super lame here and say I never played him back in the day, so this would like be new to me.
I mean, I can't believe this is a remaster. It looks so good, man. I mean, looks like it could be in today's standards, like a game that just came out today.
Yeah.
So
it looks beautiful.
Really well done.
Yeah, it looks like they basically built a new game but had it do like the same things as the old game. It looks like it's very well. I mean, yeah, and these look like it looks like gameplay.
This is like what I remember it looking in my head, you know, playing back in the day.
Yeah.
Now looking at it, like, oh, it was really bad well, okay, it was a bad graphic. It was just graphics for the time. So
yeah, that's so funny you say that, because like you go back to games, like it happened to me with when they redid the Star Wars Battlefronts and put those on PC. I used to play that on PS2, and I thought it looked just like the movies, man, on PS2. and then you go back and play it today, and you're like, what? Kind of same with like Grand Theft Auto Vice City and stuff. But this one looks incredible. So I'll actually,
lighting, man.
I'll actually be like excited to check it out for the first time and get into that universe. So yeah,
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember too much. I don't remember which Metal Gear had multiplayer on the PlayStation 2. There was like you needed to connect your PlayStation 2 with like the internet, you know, device that connected in the back of it. Then you could connect, and it was like very small multiplayer games. I don't know if it was this one. I forgot exactly which one it was.
This, I think, Snake Eater, I think, was like the original, right? So I can't remember which one it was either. But yeah, I do remember that way back when.
Yeah, so it's cool. Metal Gear Solid 2, that's the one. Yeah, that was the one. That was my first. That was my first one technically, and then I went back and played the original ones after that. So, but it was always, I never had it myself. I was always going to my friend's house. So.
Yeah.
My parents were like, "You're not getting that." Aw.
Man, one of the best ones was the Gears of War, dude. The Gears of War,
dude. Hearing Mad World again, that broke my heart, man. In a good way, though. And it hit all the right heartstrings.
Yeah, dude. This one was this was like it's not really a remake, right? It's another prequel, the way I understand it.
Yeah.
But like this is that done right. Like we're all kind of worried. Like we didn't hear anything about the Splinter Cell remake. They said they're gonna like keep it along the same lines, but made for a contemporary audience or what. This is just like you're playing the OG characters. They're back. It's a prequel, but like it's gonna feel and have the same like I don't know, like I don't know what I'm trying to say, like the same kind of gameplay as the OG one. They're not trying to like reinvent the wheel, introduce the new characters. They're letting you play as the guys you want to play as, it looks like.
I mean, I've always wanted to see this as like in a lore perspective, you know, the day of the invasion and stuff like that. So like I'm really excited to see when just everything goes to hell. Seeing Dom come back as well too. Gosh, man. I had someone that was one. This was one of the first like main games I had like a emotional connection to the characters. You know, freaking Coltrane, freaking Dom, Marcus, all those guys, man. Like,
yeah, when he was falling and he grabbed his hand, like,
yeah. Oh gosh, and like the music, man, they just know how to get me with the music, because that was like, you know, that was the first song you heard when you first saw that trailer back in the day, was Mad World.
Yeah.
And then I heard it like in the beginning a little bit. I was like, okay, cool. And then, you know, I didn't recognize that was Marcus at first. It looked like his son in like the newer Gears of War. And I was like, okay, this is, you know, later on. But then I was like, but then as soon as he put that the bandana on top, and I was like, oh shit, okay, cool. You know, that was it. It looks so good. I'm ready for it. I'm
I
ready to see what the
never-
multiplayer aspect is like too.
Yeah, it always had really good multiplayer. I remember. I never got to play it because it was Xbox exclusive back then.
Got you.
So now I'll definitely get hands on it. It was always a game I looked at and just wanted to play it so bad. But yeah, I watched the trailers, I watched like playthroughs, all that. The game looked awesome, so I'm pumped to be able to get hands on it finally.
Yeah, I mean, if I remember correctly too, these, you know, technically the Gears guys are all like ex-prisoners too, so it's like, you know, we might even see that maybe like them in prison with shit popping off or something like that. I don't know. We'll see.
Cool.
So it's gonna be cool, man. I'm really excited. I can't wait to see like the old Lancer. That I think that was a Lancer that he was shooting. Yeah, that, you know, just the OG weapons and stuff like that. It's gonna be cool, man.
I was just watching the trailer again, not paying attention to what we're doing.
It's I was looking at it too on my left side. I was just like, oh gosh, it looks so good.
So no, that's cool. It's cool.
Man.
It's cool to get W's in these things, man. And that was definitely one that's got people excited.
That was a major W. Yeah.
Did they say is that so? That's just going to be Xbox and PC, I'm guessing.
I would assume so. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be PlayStation.
Say, but I would assume Xbox and PC.
But was that going to be on Game Pass? I didn't see that. I don't know if I.
I'm sure, man. They're putting everything on Game Pass, dude.
Yeah, if COD's on it, I'm sure that'll be on it.
No, it's freaking hard.
I can't believe, like, it's kind of wild that COD's gonna be on Game Pass. And I guess we can talk about Call of Duty if you want to. We got the Call of Duty Direct. Man, I will preface this conversation with the fact that, man, it is June because it's COD's back, guys, season over on Twitter.
Oh, jeez.
This will be the best COD game ever. Easily top 2.
Every single creator that was bought out by Activision and Treyarch, I guess at that point was saying, "Oh,
even that. It's the same. It's the same people that
they're hyped again." Yeah, man.
It's the same people that in 5 months are going to be pissed and hate it. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
If I cared enough, it would be funny. I don't have the time to do this. It would be so funny to go through a lot of like the big Call of Duty creators and just like take their tweets from this time of year and then take their tweets from like winter, whenever they're tired of it and hate it and talking shit on Activision, and just like you could make like 3 or 4 years of just COD cycle tweets about how, oh my god, Call of Duty's back, this looks great, and then later on, like, how are they doing this to me? They're not listening to the community. Blah, like, come on, man. So it's COD back season. If we're taking a step back and we look at this objectively, the reason, and we'll just report on it, the reason that people are excited is you have 16 maps, I think, coming back, and they're all new maps, which is good. So they had 4 years to work on.
That was nice.
Game, so
that was nice.
They got that. That's good. The campaign is supposed to be, I feel like we hear this every year too. The campaign is supposed to be like different directional, more of a web rather than linear. Like you can do different things, you can interact and barter, and you get like different storylines within the campaign. So they said the campaign's not as long as some of them. So Modern Warfare 3's was like super short. And this one might even be
like 3 hours
shorter. So they said you might want to replay it, and I was like, no, I doubt it. So that's something too. I guess it took I heard rumors that it took quite a while of the 4 years to get Black Ops Treyarch stuff on the unified Call of Duty engine that's going to be in COD HQ. I do also have to say, for the love of all things holy, stop saying this game is 300 gigabytes, because it's not. I lost my mind. I lost my mind in my Discord. If I yelled at you in Discord, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I kind of meant it, but everybody was like, Crash, did you see it's 300 gigs? I'm like, dude, it's not 300 gigs. It Call of Duty HQ needs 300 gigs if you have Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 6, and Warzone, and all of the multiplayer, all the campaigns, all the zombies. If you have all those packages installed from the last 3 games, it's 300 gigabytes. And I was playing that, and then somebody was like, dude, did you see COD's going to be 300 gigabytes? I'm like, oh,
Just said it.
It's the same size as all the other ones. So
Yeah.
don't panic if you see
Still
that
pretty
floating
beefy,
around.
you know, but still.
Call of Duty actually tweeted it out. Bevo, thank you for the super chat, man. I appreciate that, dude. Call of Duty tweeted out and explained it because people were like, there were like news stories and stuff. New Call of Duty, 300 gigabytes.
Yeah, people were losing their mind over that.
Something else that was interesting was, I guess, there was an article on Insider Gaming that said Treyarch like just found out it was going to go to Game Pass like right before they announced it. Like they didn't even know, which I guess it doesn't affect stuff on their end, but like that'd be kind of crazy to hear.
That's just out of nowhere. Yeah.
But I think it being on Game Pass is a really good deal.
I mean, for someone okay, from the outside looking in, I'm very interested in the time era of this game for sure. There's definitely already some like issues with some of the weaponry that people were looking at and breaking down.
Some of that stuff.
Yeah, they were like, there's almost like a Picatinny rail that wasn't supposed to be a pick rail on an M16, and then
like some of them they had Weaver mounts, which were correct, but then you had like optics that weren't around in the era, which they tried to dumb them down. So I'm fine with that. But yeah, there was a shot of just like someone with
like
an
EOTech or something like that.
Yeah, but there was one screenshot like from, I think it's on Steam. The girl has a MCX Virtus, like completely modernized. It's like, wow, I didn't realize that weapon came out in the 90s. It's
90s, yeah, early 90s.
Earlier, yeah. Service before the M4 was ever put in service.
Hey, maybe it's a flash forward. Maybe it's a flash forward mission.
Yeah, with early 90s gear. I like it.
Exactly.
Maybe we're time traveling. We don't know. Who knows?
You never know. Yeah, maybe the CIA had an MCX the entire time, you know. So
maybe they did. Possible.
But yeah, Game Pass is getting really intriguing because they're putting this stuff on there, like all the Bethesda stuff. Like, I mean, it's just becoming an incredible portfolio of games. I'd say it's about the definitive subscription service for games.
I mean, seeing the amount of content that's coming out for this as well too, like is nice to see, especially from the past Call of Duty title. So to know that it is like all new maps is pretty cool. They said they are going during the COD Direct. They said they're going back to the Treyarch style of 3-lane maps. So every map's going to be 3 lanes and a death room. Yeah, I heard that and I'm thinking, okay, cool. Our footsteps going to be an issue now.
That's it, man.
You know, that was like,
that's all I care about. That's all I want to hear at this point.
At the 3 lanes, cool. Can we hear footsteps? All right. I think you'll be. I think Crash will be happy.
if we can hear footsteps, man, or if there's like a counter for the ninja perk or something to make it reasonable, like I'm okay with it. I don't want it to be like really loud and super campy, but like we got to get rid of this. The floating around randomness is super silly, dude.
Yeah.
So there's that. The Call of Duty next is going to be August 28th, I believe, when they're going to deep dive more into multiplayer and what's going on. I think they'll probably also talk about Warzone. Warzone will be interesting to see what they do. It was rumored that there's going to be a version of Verdansk come back. It'll be interesting if they do that, or it'd be cool if they also paid homage to Blackout in some way. Would be kind of cool too.
Yeah, I miss Blackout.
What do you think about the movement?
We got to talk about that.
The 8 degrees of movement. I mean, about time. I think, in my opinion, you know, finally they kind of a little bit more modernized with the being able to roll on your back and kind of roll midair and stuff like that. So I know they said that they were trying to mimic what people can do in real life, I guess. So sort of. I mean, it's Call of Duty. People are that too. Yeah, just going around the corner and just coming around. It looks cool, but yeah, it's like finally you guys decide to put this in. Like,
in my head, they're like, oh, you can now dive on your back.
I guess, yeah.
They're like, now you can dive on your back, and I'm like, oh, cool. Battlefield 5 did that in 2018, and then they took it away for 2042. So.
All the degrees. It's got all the degrees.
Cool. But yeah, you can sprint forward, sideways, and back. The movement kids on the controllers are gonna have a heyday. The diving thing while shooting sideways is interesting. Forward, back, could be usable
for some pretty cool kill cams. I guess.
Man, I think it's a little bit. I saw some other COD creators saying that like it's going to be a new skill gap. It's going to be harder to move. But I was like, man, they have auto leaning. Like they have auto leaning.
coming around the corner and stuff.
Oh, it auto leans. Okay,
it's like they're trying to recreate what operators do in the in the real world. So they they're like basically like slicing a corner and pieing it around.
Does it lean on your end from a first person perspective?
That's what I wonder, if it's only first person or if it's third person too. Like you can, the person aiming at you.
When people do this side to side movement, they do lean. But okay, so it is first person. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and
that's cool.
And it's dynamic too. So if you come up to a corner and you're close and you're moving kind of fast, it'll just kind of barely lean. But if you're slow, it'll like lean more. And then as you come around the corner, you'll go back to vertical. So they showed it a little bit, but it's like a dynamic auto lean system.
And I saw that. I was like, I wonder if that's gonna. It's probably not gonna push slower gameplay, but I really hope that's what they were trying to aim for, maybe, of just like a slower movement almost. But
it's really interesting because at first I was like, man, just give me Q and E lean like I have in Siege, and I'll be able to. That'll actually give me an advantage over controller players. Because using the Q and E keys and jiggle peeking and stuff. But then I was like, man, then you'd have to put a cooldown on it. And I guess if you make it automatic, that like instantly keeps people from being able to spam it. Like
controls it, yeah.
It fixes that issue, which is good, I guess. And I kind of thought, and Buff might snicker at me, but I feel like the omnidirectional movement thing is also kind of a buff to controllers, to aim assist, because like people are gonna be like diving. And I feel like aim assist will be able to keep up with that, and a 37-year-old man on a mouse won't. But
I have to wait and see. I mean, probably. I'm sure you're going to be able to track much easier, obviously, with aim assist. So I don't think there's any question there. I agree with that.
Oh yeah, the auto press buttons too. Forgot about that.
Yeah. So then they had like an automatic advanced movement too, where you I didn't quite.
I don't know if I'm gonna like that.
You can turn it off, which is good.
Yeah, which is cool because like I feel like it might get in the way of certain firefights. Like if I'm maybe too close to a wall and I happen to get near it, he might start jumping over it, or if it's next to a hole, he'll crouch when I don't mean to crouch or something like that. So, but it's also like moving forward as well too. Yeah, from what I've seen. So it's only when you're running forward.
Yeah. I remember.
I will say, I never realized how many button presses there are when they like broke it down. I was like, okay, I get it. It's some people might enjoy that, but yeah, I'm definitely gonna be one of those like, turn that off. I'll move my own. I got it.
I remember Medal of Honor, like 2010, and even Warfighter, I think had a pretty good movement system, like a cover system. So you could get behind cover and you would like hold L1. And while holding L1, you could control like if you're peeking up over a cover or to the side. And it really allowed for like, that was really cool for firefights because you could like, I don't remember if it was in multiplayer or not, but it wasn't single player. So it was really fun. You could just, get on hard cover or something. You could control your peaks, which direction you wanted to go. And it made for really, really very immersive experience for sure.
Yeah. So all of that to say, I thought some of the comments on X were interesting and a little bit counterintuitive to me, because there were a lot of creators saying, man, this movement's going to be way more intricate and it's going to be a much higher skill ceiling. And I was like, wait, a bunch of it's automatic. Like, how is that more controllable if it's automatic? But
yeah,
it'll be interesting. I'm sure there's going to be some movement kids out there that figure out how to exploit it and snake and do some kind of weird glitchy movement across the map or something, but whatever.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, but hopefully because it is like controlled like that, it'll be easily patched. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know.
It depends if they can sell a skin around it.
Yeah, right. The thing is, like, I know some creators obviously got hands-on last week and stuff, but we're not gonna know, I think, till Call of Duty next, where we actually see the multiplayer side of it and actually how that movement looks.
Yeah.
But I mean, you look at, they're iterating again. They're making advancements. So Call of Duty, the past couple of years feels like they take what Infinity Ward does, and the next couple titles pretty much use that same framework. And Treyarch, I think, is always an exception because they do, here with a full dev cycle. They haven't had a full dev cycle since Black Ops 4, 3. I can't remember which, but it's been a long time. Treyarch always does very, very good games. So to see them, making advancements and furthering the series, I think is good. So, and I will say there was some screenshots that showed the gunsmith. We just saw like one shot of an M4 in there. Like 8 attachment slots. So similar to,
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna ask you
Vanguard and
about that.
stuff,
What
or
did you
Cold
think
War.
about that and the UI and
Yeah, I
stuff
mean,
like
the
that?
UI, like the gunsmith itself looked, you know what it reminded me of, Blue, was World War III right off the bat, was
It
what I
kind of
thought.
did a little bit. I saw
Yeah.
like the different attachment plus icons, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I hope it's a simple leveling system as well too. I hope
Mhm.
it's just use this gun, slowly unlock the tiers instead of having to freaking. I don't think they'll ever. I mean, I hope not. I don't think they'll go back to like the Modern Warfare 2 style of unlocking attachments.
I didn't like how they did that. I understand why it's like, forcing you to play with other weapons and that kind of stuff, but it
I
was
don't want to
still
play with other weapons.
yeah, it was kind of annoying that, you would play with what you needed to get what you wanted, but yeah, it was a little annoying for sure.
Yeah, that's what's cool about XDefiant, which we'll talk about later. Is you just
Apparently,
play with the
Chase in
gun
chat is saying
and you progress through the gun.
the perk,
Right.
the 8 attachments is a perk.
Yeah,
So
so
by
it's
default, it's
5
5.
at
Okay,
base.
cool. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I think it's the same as whatever it was, Vanguard or Cold War. You had a perk to have more
Wild card.
attachments.
I see. I never played those. I never played those cards.
Which I like that. I think that's honestly, if I can have like a super tacked out gun and an MP, I'll take it. That's awesome.
Yeah, another thing that I saw right off the bat, I was a little bit worried that when they said Treyarch was moving to the same engine as the other 2 studios, I was like, oh, maybe it's going to lose that Treyarch look. That kind of like,
no, it still looks and it looks like it feels like a Treyarch game. Yeah,
I was relieved to see it still has that Treyarch like cinematic look with the crushed and darker blacks, a little more contrast.
Yeah, it's even the UI kind of reminded me of like Black Ops 2 a little bit, from like just the color scheme and stuff like that, and some of the UI elements. I was like, it's like an updated, modernized version of it. So
did you see Blue where you can move the HUD around on the screen? I was like,
yeah. Oh my. Okay, hold on. The customizable HUD was really very cool. Nice. That right there alone got me excited, as you can tell. I was like, whoa. Okay, wait a minute. You can tell me I could turn it off completely if I wanted to. Also, it was weird when he put it like in the middle of the screen. Yeah. I was like, why would you do that? I know you're telling me you could basically do whatever, but why? No one in their right mind should play like that, So if someone plays like that, hey, vertical streams, maybe that might actually be a legit reason why. Maybe
who would do vertical streams, right?
Right.
Oh, I got banned on TikTok.
We did. Oh, yeah, you got that. Wait, it was a ban or shadow banned?
No, banned. Like my stream, I got it pop up on my stream, and it said your stream has been discontinued due to firearms and dangerous items in your stream.
Oh, it's so dangerous, dude. I bet you keep rounds in the chamber and the safety's off and point them at your head while you're streaming.
YouTube hears that and bans the stream now. Watch.
But that's what you do.
That's a joke, YouTube algorithm.
We're kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke, please. It's a joke. The prank.
So stupid. It's like, oh my God, someone has a firearm. They must be ignorant and not know how to operate
the YouTube,
it.
I will say I'm a little bit, just a little bit off topic. The YouTube firearm policy got changed as well too, and apparently video games and movies and stuff like that showcasing firearms could be subjected to
not like
issues now.
All my content at all, so that's cool.
Exactly. So it's a bit, but of course, Hollywood trailers are still fine. So it's like, it's. I don't know. Anyways, all the Call of Duty content creators out here, and all of us here pretty much would be effed up by that. Yeah, so
it was a good run, everyone.
It was a good run.
We did well. Time to rest easy.
Yeah, but as for this, I'm excited. I'm also I'm kind of curious about the zombies as well too. I know it's round based as well. So I was like, all right, cool. I appreciate that. I know there's I guess you can choose between, I guess it was like your own operators and the ones for that zombie like campaign, pretty much.
Nice.
Correct.
That's
right.
Cool.
If I heard that correctly.
Yeah, no, I really don't care.
I was asking. I was like, I don't remember too much, but I just heard round base, and I was like, all right, cool, thanks. That's all I needed to know. I don't need open world
Yeah.
freaking DMZ knockoff.
And that's what kind of
Yeah.
like bugged me as soon as I saw that in that reveal at Direct yesterday. I was just like, so why did we just get rid of DMZ then for an open world zombies? Like it doesn't make any. If you knew round base was coming, what was the point of putting an what was the point of taking DMZ's bare bones, butchering it into an open world zombies experience, which like I'm pretty sure no one's playing that. And everyone's DMZ is still pretty hot right now. Knowing you had a round base coming, it just is. In Infinity Ward always said with the Modern Warfare titles, like there would never be zombies. So obviously that went over their head. That decision was made somewhere else, but just such a horrible decision. So round base zombies coming back, that's great because I'm pretty sure even the zombies fans didn't like the open world zombies from Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very questionable choices.
Interesting thing though. I still have like a little bit of me that says some form of DMZ might come back this year when they do COD next, because they were paying Pestily to run ads for this game.
I saw that.
Like, why else would you pay the top
specifically
Tarkov streamer to just advertise an arena shooter unless you have something like an extraction mode? So,
well, I mean,
would you want another extraction mode to come back though? At this point, do you think they could do it?
I mean, I think the market's fresh for it for sure.
That too.
But whether or not DMZ, they had something really special and they just made all the wrong choices. So can they actually? That's the problem. Is you look at what Delta Force is doing with their extraction mode. How are you even going to top that? So they may do it. They may do something like that, but I don't. I think Infinity Ward needs to take that ball and deliver with it in 2026, I believe, is their title, right? So, or 27 maybe. So I don't know. I'd like to see it, but what's the point in doing it if you're not going to deliver? And it seems like you have like Arena Breakout, Delta Force doing it better than you're going to do it with DMZ, unless they actually use their heads and make good decisions, which is unlikely.
Yeah. I'm also curious about the campaign too, seeing like the different types of enemy types they have coming in as well too. They're gonna have like your heavies and whatever else there will be. So
yeah, the campaign.
I still don't know what the heck. I don't know what the heck that. Yeah, they said it's supposed to be like a spy movie is what it was. It's supposed to kind of resemble that. I'm also curious, what the heck was that red like dummy that picked up your character in the trailer? I don't know if you saw that for like a quick
briefly. Yeah, I have no idea.
Red test dummy picks up somebody. I was like, "What the heck was that?"
Yeah.
Okay,
that was
of course you got like the the weird skins coming as well too. Those
they did say for the operator packs. They did say they're going to leave it originally for the first bit, the first window there after launch. However, season 1, however long they do it, they want it to be like more immersive and grounded before they bring in like other types of skins. They said so.
So we won't see Nicki Minaj skins running around immediately.
At least right away. Yeah. So I mean that's cool that they actually said that, because the campaign does look awesome.
I was surprised they even brought that up in the first place.
Yeah, I think people are getting a little bit sick of it. Just having like, especially you look at Modern Warfare 2 and 3, you had so many awesome assets from the campaign that never even made it into multiplayer, and then you get Teletubby bundles and Hello Barney, Kitty Island, Dinosaur Adventure.
Maybe the Teletubbies was the breaking point for them.
Yeah, I think the community, it's just like weird, I'm sure they're making a lot of money, but they're also missing a lot of money, because I know like myself and people who are like-minded like aren't buying any of that stuff, and there's nothing to buy for us. So for a company that says like, oh, we're going to offer something for everybody, but they don't. So that's good, and I'm really excited for the single player. I think the single player always delivers, typically, especially with Treyarch. So especially where
so far I'm on Team Treyarch right now, more than Team Activision right now.
Yeah, for sure. You know what it reminded me of? It was I said this for Cold War, but I definitely, it gives me like spy game vibes. That movie, Spy Game, like any Cold War genre like spy thriller movie is kind of the vibe I'm getting from that. But I think like that one part in the trailer where the main protagonist there is in the phone booth and like wipes it, and Adler's outside of the rain, like that was such a great cinematic shot.
That was a cool shot.
That was cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to try it. I'm glad it's on Game Pass, so I can put my $10 a month, try it out, see if I like it.
Yeah, that's
and if
sweet.
I do like it, then I'll do it. I will say it is crazy to see that it's one of the top sellers currently on Steam.
Right away.
Like, did
yeah.
Did we not learn, people? Come on.
It's like, why are you pre-ordering a digital thing? It's not like they're gonna run out of copies, Like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, back in the day, you pre-ordered so you can go to GameStop the next day and grab a copy. That was the reason why. And then and then they started bringing out a little bit of extra content, but I mean, you're getting the base game for $70, bro. Like, it's the base game. No need to pre-order that, but
yeah.
Oh well.
That's weird. So all that to say, I'm waiting to see if there's footsteps on August 28th.
All really, that just to say, yeah.
That's really
footsteps confirmed.
That's where I'm at. So, there, call me a sentinel or whatever. They did say there's 3 types of players that they're catering to. One was the run and gunner. One was like a recon, intelligence, counterintelligence, and the other was a more strategic, objective player. So maybe that they've balanced it to where, like, that the only way, it's not the only viable method to run around like a chicken with your head cut off with a knife and dead silence. So maybe I guess we can talk about XDefiant while we're kind of on these type of games. So XDefiant, the funniest tweet I saw was from Rainbow Six creator Bikini Body. He said that XDefiant is actually getting more Siege content this season than Rainbow Six Siege.
The GSK faction and the map and
Yep. So this probably won't take too long to get through with XDefiant stuff, but there's a new faction, GSK, which is German Special Forces. I saw the Blitz Shield is coming, Jaeger with his ADSs from Rainbow Six, and the new map is going to be Clubhouse. So a Rainbow Six map coming into XDefiant. We know that they're going to bring a bunch of different Ubisoft stuff into it. So that's all cool. And there's going to be, like they said way back when, that there's going to be 1 map a month. So in the next year, there's going to be 12 new maps. So over the season, there's going to be those new maps every month. And there's going to be, and I saw this and I was like, just had a little bit of hope. I'm like, bomb mode, like search and destroy, come on.
Oh yeah,
like,
new mode.
And they're like, new mode. I'm like, capture the flag. Oh, come on, man. So a lot of people in the comments on X and stuff were saying, dude, like, search and destroy. And what's really cool is Mark actually answered people. I retweeted it so I can find it here. Yeah, I saw that, yeah. Mark said, and I was like, dude, this is such a W, dude. He said, I'm so hyped for what's coming in season 1, but I wanted to share a change we made to our plans for modes. Our One Life mode called Bomb was scheduled for a later season, but due to the number of fans who want to see this mode sooner, the team is working on getting it out ASAP. So
let's go. Dude, now you're gonna get 2 modes.
Dude, so cool. So yeah, there was gonna be like a later season down the road. But I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard different takes on it. They might do where you can only use your ability once during the entire game, so you got to kind of pick when to use it. It might be kind of like cool. A score streak that you earn, or I've heard rumors that there's going to be in the mode where maybe they don't have any of the abilities at all. It's just guns, so that'd be sick too. But that's cool. So that's pretty much what's come with XDefiant. Yeah, it's kind of a weird little game, but I was excited for a bomb mode and to see him just answer people and say, you know what, you guys want it, fine, we'll do it. That's just super cool.
So hope it's not broken because they're putting it out earlier.
Damn it, Blue. Why you gotta be so reasonable sometimes?
Hey man, if only XDefiant had a great history behind it,
Yeah. So we need to talk about Delta Force, Black Ops. That was there.
Looks beautiful.
So it looks pretty cool. I saw some people calling out in the trailer, in the gameplay trailer, that there were some frame rate hitches in it. Like it had some pretty low frame drops. But
you know what? It wasn't the only game. I will say that there's definitely some other games out there, and we might get into one of them eventually, or maybe not. There was one game that was like a third-person game that the FPS was just dying the entire time. So I don't know. That could have been a stream issue because then I saw the trailer, and I'm pretty sure I think this trailer as well too looks a lot better, maybe perhaps. So maybe there was a stream issue perhaps, but yeah, I don't know. What do you? I want to know what Buff
Yeah,
thinks.
I want to hear what Buff thinks.
Yeah, I mean, it looks visually stunning, honestly. And if you look at the requirements to run this on Steam, like they're not anything heavy duty, which is also pretty impressive. So, I mean, yeah, the game looks awesome. I think my main takeaways from it was, looking at that, because this trailer you're seeing here is the Hazard Operations, which is the extraction mode, is what they're mainly showing here. And you can see they're fighting like a boss. You see the revive system. A good look at some of the weapons. Like, it looks awesome. The customization, I can tell they added a good amount of some additional attachments. You got some risers and things like that here from the other playtests that were going on previously. So
this is like
mode,
semi-futuristic, because I see like some attachments that look pretty modern and some different that just look a little, I guess, more futuristic, maybe perhaps. So
yeah, it's supposed to. I'm not sure the specific year. I think it probably said on one of the trailers, but it's near future. So that looks great. I'm really excited for that. This is my most anticipated game of the year. I'm more excited for this than anything. And then obviously right here with the Black Hawk Down, they have the license.
Looks great.
Yeah, they have the licensing for this to use, from the film, the Ridley Scott film. So you heard lines from the movie. You hear Ewan McGregor's character asking, why are they burning tires? That's a line from the movie. So I'm sure we're going to get a lot of that.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Okay. Oh yeah, there's the FPS drop there.
So they're going to they're going to be going pretty much, I'm sure, one for one with a lot of this from the original game, as well as pulling from the movie. So
dude, I'm down 100% because I remember like I played the original Black Hawk Down game during when the movie was out as well too, so that makes some sense.
Yeah, I remember the original game was a lot of fun.
I'm a little worried about the abilities. I saw some of those in there, but I think graphics wise, it's going to be really similar to Arena Breakout. I think it's actually going to be pretty well optimized because this is another Tencent studio, and it's kind of funny. This game is like taking off 3 subgenres of FPS at one time. They're gonna have a Havoc Warfare, so it's gonna be like Battlefield. I think it's like Frontlines,
all-out warfare
Rush.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or Breakthrough.
And then Extraction, and then Extraction,
and then
the campaign. Yeah. So I will the Extraction mode that they were showcasing too. Is it an option? Do you know, Buff, if HUD can be turned on and off? I'm guessing, or is that just for the trailer itself?
I am not sure. I'm
expecting it's just a trailer thing to make it look cool.
I don't know, man. I know like the HUD itself is pretty minimal. So we'll see. I mean, from what I've seen, the customization like setting wise are pretty extensive. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a way to just turn the HUD off. I'm sure they're gonna have something like that because the HUD, I believe, it actually differs. From what I've seen from the multiplayer mode into the extraction mode. So they're kind of doing what we wanted Call of Duty to do with Modern Warfare 2, like kind of, different stuff for the mode. So I'm sure it's customizable. But
I would assume so as well. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I can't put the UI in the middle of my screen. It's dead. Just kidding.
Yeah, right.
It looks cool though. Like the thing I'm a little bit concerned about of this game is like if it's trying to do too much and kind of spreads itself thin across the modes. If like there's only like 2 or 3 Havoc maps and there's like 1 or 2 Hazard Ops maps, just because.
Well, there's they already confirmed for like Hazard Operations. There's at least 3 or 4 that I know of that they've shown off and set on their website. So. And they're remaking some of the maps from the original Delta Force 2. I don't remember the name of it, but they showed that off on their X page, like some of the comparisons from the original map and the gameplay to this version of it where they remade it. And I will say, like, they had a little bit of a dev interview on their X page if anyone wanted to go check that out. And they just kind of talk about it. Like, everyone in the studio, not only did they like, hey, we are all fans of this game franchise. What they did is they reached out to the original dev teams from the original Delta Force and like interviewed them, talked to them, all this stuff. Then they sat down and played every Delta Force installation like extensively, and took, basically like doing the analysis, like what maps are the best, what modes are the best, and then they gave it their treatment. So they really, it seems like these are like fans making this game. Um, so I'm pretty excited for this, man. It looks so good. Visually, it just looks beautiful. So I think the way I've seen the gameplay too, you guys can check it out there on YouTube. There's plenty of gameplay from some of the internal play tests or the closed betas in China and stuff, or alphas, I should say. It looks great. So
Yeah,
definitely high hopes for this.
They do. And if any kind of studio has a shot to keep up with content to keep the game cranking, it's a 10-cent backed one. So they have a lot of resources to get shit done. So that's another reason it's interesting. So playtest in July. So I remember signing up like way back when they first announced to sign up. So I hope to hear.
Yeah, it's sometime in July there. So they did put more signups on their X page. You guys can fill out forms and stuff there, and over on their website if anyone wanted to try and get access to the alphas. But yeah, it's supposed to launch this year. Not sure the date, but they've been testing it extensively. I think this is, they had plenty of closed tests over in China earlier in the year. So now this is kind of opening up for North America and worldwide. The game is free to play. It's going to be on every platform. So the test itself in July, I believe, is only PC though, but it's going to be available across. It's going to be cross play, available for consoles and mobile. So free to play. Going to be a good one.
Yep, definitely looking forward to it. The next game, we got to make sure we get these ones in. So Blue, did you know that they're making another S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
Really?
No.
Oh, wow.
Shit, tell me
What's
about
it
that.
called?
Well, there's a new trailer for S.T.A.L.K.E.R, man, and it looks
S.T.A.L.K.E.R?
pretty good.
Yeah, what is it a good game, you think?
I don't know. I've never
Sounds kind of weird.
What's that? Dude, how good do the
Whatever
graphics
call
look
that
in
game.
this, Blue?
Holy crap. It looks, you know what? It looks a lot better than their past trailer that came out that showed gameplay. People were saying it was a downgrade, and it looks like, okay, looks like they got it back up and running. So
yeah,
they've done some detail work.
Yeah.
Lighting.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks way better than the other trailers. So I know that's the first thing I noticed. Like, this looks awesome.
Dude, everything about it, from the weapons, the sound design. I'm glad like the people that you shoot are going down like 1 to 2 hits. The HUD looks very nice. I'm pretty sure that could be turned on and off as well too. God, everything about it is just amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait to be sucked into a vortex anomaly or something like that, and get zombified or something. I don't know. It's everything about it. I'm also like, again, I'm very curious now about the story, where it goes from there. We saw like locations such as Rostock. I'll be making a video about this too. So like in the game Rostock, the Duty faction was a part of it. Now it seems like Freedom took over it, and Freedom are just basically a bunch of weed smoking mutant effing like, not even kidding, they will F mutants. People. So we'll see. They're a little, they're smoking too much a little bit. But I will say the weapons look good. The reload animation looks great.
Oh my god,
dude.
That
that tornado anomaly is an actual anomaly somehow. I don't know how that gets activated.
That's so
or
sick.
where that comes from. It's so crazy. And then of course mod support day 1. So people were like, oh, why isn't there, reloadable magazines? I'm pretty sure there would be so many mods coming out within like the first 2 months. So
for sure, and know that. So they're gonna prioritize like what matters. Like, Billy in the basement will come out with that 2 hours after release. We don't need to worry about it.
Exactly. The dedicated teams for the modding scene are gonna be insane. But it's gonna look so cool, man. I'm so excited. I can't talk about it enough. I'm still waiting to like it's funny how we were like, don't pre-order the game. Well, listen, I'm doing this one because of
everyone shut up
content reasons, but I'm still waiting to pre-order the Ultimate Edition, the physical one. So haven't seen anything come out about that yet. Also, there's another artifact thing coming out. Oh shit. Okay. Anyways,
So
I was looking
what
at it
if-
now. Yeah, the anomalies look good too.
for a stalker dum dum, like what am I looking at here as far as like Lord? Is this just kind of like
Yeah,
a
I'm a
remake of the
dum-dum also.
original
So this
Stalker?
takes this no. So this does take place after Call of Pripyat. I know
Okay.
someone maybe in chat. I know there's people out there that know exactly how many years it takes place afterwards. We still don't know exactly how the zone is. Too much, I would say, until we actually get into the game and find out more of the story. But it does take place a couple years after the third game in the franchise. So you know, there definitely might be some things that people who are just getting into it might not know. Who's this? What happened? What's going on? So if that's the case, I would, to be honest, the games, unless you have like, they don't age so great unless you put a bunch of mods into it. So I would probably just say, go watch a video about the lore, get caught up, you know, and go from there. So
I'll watch yours when you make that video for me.
dude, I'm a big Stalker fan, but even I'm not, dude. The second I'll start touching a lore video, everyone will start coming out. Actually, this is what really happened. Like, I don't want to have to deal with
According
that.
to
So
Section 3 on
Hey,
blah, blah, blah.
there's I'll mess up one name, and I'm American. I'm not gonna be able to say freaking Ukrainian names perfectly. So
I will say it is funny, just like kind of a side note, but as a content creator, like people, it's so easy to correct people like, oh, you pronounced that wrong or you said something wrong. Like, even me who I don't script any of my videos, like I confuse stuff all the time. And it's like that's why I appreciate people correcting me in chat. It's like, man, I knew that, but like you're doing it live and also just like you miss things. It happens. So people that if people get mean about it, which, I don't know if that's how some of the stalker community is. I think that's every community, but it's like, man, then go make your own video and tell us how easy it is to make this crazy lore video and edit all this crap and say everything perfectly.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make, if anything, more just like my thoughts about it. I'm not gonna try to sit down and break every single aspect because I just know I'm not fully versed in every single aspect. I know enough to get me through. I know enough to really I know what I'm looking at, but at the same time, there's gonna be those little key details that I'll be watching other people for. So
or you just you purposely mess up so then people make comments and you get interactions and it hits the algo.
Exactly.
See.
Or that. Yeah, exactly.
Just purposely mess it up.
I could definitely
get
do
more
that.
Comments.
Wow, this looks exactly like Metro. Like just piss people off like that.
Just Metro Exodus and then just watch it burn.
Yeah, the SVU in the beginning too looks really sick. The detectors look really good.
For sure.
Yeah, I think the shotgun, if it looks like a Mossberg or like a Remington 870 almost, I'm still kind of,
yeah.
And it has like the Picatinny rail on top. I know there's a Mossberg 870 or a Mossberg 590, I think it is, right? A1. Well, it's like the Mossberg shotgun without the stock itself.
It's a Remington 870.
Is it that looks like Remington? Okay.
Yeah, it's not a Mossberg because it doesn't have the thumb safety.
The Picatinny rail on top look more like the Remington style. So of course, I think it's different names, like slightly different names.
Pennington.
In the yeah exactly. So yeah, I'm excited to get to it. I'm also curious because there will be multiplayer and PvP and skins as well too. Like if you pre-order the game right now, you get skins for the multiplayer part for the PvP side. So yeah, I'm curious how that's going to work out as well too. Because if the gunplay and the fighting is semi-realistic and your people are going down in 1 or 2 shots, like that could translate over into the multiplayer aspect, and it can get pretty intense. Probably, there might be one life modes as well too. So
that'd be sweet. Yeah, that's not that game's not that far off, which is
September. Yeah, that's another issue I had with freaking Summer Games Fest and the Xbox Showcase. Like all these cool games, 2025. Oh my god, jeez. So I was like, all right, cool, thanks, for teasing me for a whole nother year. It's not that much left in 2024. It'll go by faster than we know it, but yeah, at least this one is coming out September 5th, and it's like you know, I was kind of worried, like the running joke was like they'll showcase a trailer, then a whole different date pops up again. Gets delayed when we're in time. But
That would be
you know,
brutal.
at least this one's like, all right, September 5th, cool, we'll be there.
Yeah, that would be super brutal. Another game I wanted to talk about. I was talking to Blue about it this morning actually. It's really interesting. It's called Striden. And if you guys want to play it, there's a playtest going on right now on Steam. You can request access, and everybody I know who's tried it was able to get in and play it. I hopped in and played it just a little bit. But yeah, it's called Striden, and it's made by 5 Fortress. And I've been following this game for like a really long time, and then I kind of somewhat forgot about it, and it popped up on the PC gaming show, and I was like, holy shit, there's that game. But it takes place 1976 in Scandinavia, and the developer told me, interestingly enough, that it's a cross between a survival game and Battlefield. So it's like squad based, and even the HUD looks kind of like Battlefield 3-ish, which is interesting. But you hop in with nothing, and then you have to loot things. You can craft stuff also, but you have to loot near your base, and then you try to go out and take objective points across the map. There's other stuff that I haven't even figured out yet. You can activate like a big radioactive gas cloud, so you have to pick up a gas mask or get back to your safe house. There's radioactive animals, like you can call in a radioactive bear to fight for you. Geez. You can call in a radioactive moose to like haul tank type stuff and munitions forward. And like it's kind of crazy. Yeah, so it's in like pre-alpha.
It looks insane.
Yeah. It's insane. So I can't really comment on how it plays because I got in for just a few minutes and was unable to find a gun and was just kind of running around. But like the audio and stuff is really kind of immersive, and I was somewhat impressed with it. And
that's why they said poor moose, because the freaking moose got exploded by the RPG or the rocket launcher.
Wasted a lot of good meat right there.
Yeah, dude, everything I saw, they're like, oh, poor moose. I was like, what happened to the moose? And then I saw it just blew up. So
it got.
There's a dog there too. You can call him dog or something. I don't know.
There's something to do with the dogs. Yeah. I haven't totally figured out the game yet, but
there's a lot going on to figure out though, so it's not your fault, Crash. Yeah. Right? It's not your fault.
There's a lot.
It looks cool though.
So like
building mechanics.
Because I'm curious, how does the building mechanics work? If it's like, is there a time based as well too? Carl Gustav, thank you. Yeah. Well, actually, no, it's not a Carl Gustav. What year did that? This is like 1976 Cold War.
Yeah.
Gustav was in the late 80s? Question mark?
Yeah, so this might be, well, it says 1970 something Cold War, but also like I think it was like
Scandinavia.
Yeah, so Scandinavia. So maybe I don't think it's
I can't remember. I don't remember when the Gustav came out. Maybe it's like a Pan.
I see an M60, so that was cool.
I love me an M60.
Yeah.
So yeah, here's where the moose gets offed.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'll have to figure this out because there might be something to this.
For all the audio listeners, go watch the trailer. You'll see what we're talking about.
And it's Striden, and that sounds weird, but it's S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
Well, yeah, because you said Striden, and then there's a character in S.T.A.L.K.E.R named Strider, and I thought that's what you were talking about first. So I was like, because there is a Strider trailer for S.T.A.L.K.E.R. I was like, oh yeah, I've seen that, and you're like, no, it's called Striden. I was like, oh shit, let me check it out. And then I saw like a quick snippet there in the stream. I was like, oh shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess it was Carl Gustav because the first one was made in 1948 in Sweden. All right,
it's pretty
cool.
sweet. And yeah, the playtest is on Steam. So depending on when, at the time of recording, I'll say, you can request access and get it on the playtest and try it out for free. So
yeah, it's one of those like you request access and it's just immediately given to you. So.
Yeah. So then you can you guys can tell me how to play it.
What does a base building look like? Yeah, what does a base building look? Because it's like, how does that work if it's timed? And looks like you're putting like a sentry turret in front of your base door and setting up the door itself. So
it's like
I like the little like detail when he's like hammering it though, and then he wipes his head like whew, hard work.
So I guess it's like a survival Battlefield multiplayer is like what it is with radioactive animals you can call in.
Teams of 5 as well too. There's 4 teams of 5 from what I've
Yeah.
seen. I think it's like 5e, 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 5e. Yeah.
So yeah.
All right.
I don't know. It's something, man. I was just surprised to see it. And I was like, oh, I know that game. Kind of cool.
Kind of, yeah.
I'm learning about it, but yeah, I thought we should definitely talk about it since the playtest is out now, and a lot of you guys can check it out. So yeah, now there's like a ton of little ones. What do you think of the 83 game? See that one?
I did see it. I know that game has had a lot of history issues as well too. I know they were originally canceled and then brought back to life. So, it's cool that they're coming out. I will say the gameplay that was shown looked a little dated almost. Maybe that was just me. I mean, the lighting looks good. It looks fine, looks playable. I mean, all I want was a Rising Storm 2 in that, like that gameplay, but during the Cold War, and that's what it looks like we'll be getting. But the animations look very stiff. It just, it kind of just looked a little bit, like old almost. So I mean, there's gore, which is nice. That's like the whole Rising Storm stuff is just like, especially during like it's a Vietnam game and seeing your friend step on a trip mine and his body blows up into multiple parts. It gets kind of, dude, you get PTSD for playing that game. It's crazy, but it's cool seeing like actual vehicles as well too. Like there are vehicles in Rising Storm, but they were like, you got the helicopter and stuff like that. So seeing actual tanks and stuff like that too, was cool. I don't know. It's just the trailer was like, it was a little lackluster to me. So, I mean, even like it just looking at it again right now on the stream and seeing like the end, it was like wish list on Steam today, and it was just like very basic text
font, yeah.
and yeah. I was like, did you forget to like change the font in the editing window? So, yeah, it's.
That one shot where he's laying there with the LMG, that one like looks almost like a movie for a second, but then the rest of it is like really stiff. The thing that like got me was like that one shot of the Jeep exploding, like the flame comes out of the Jeep and the Jeep's fine, and then it like flips to the blown up asset.
Exactly.
There's like no animation to the explosion. It's just like it instantly changes to a blown up Jeep.
And then when the tank hit the other blown up tank, it was just like a boom real quick. Just it felt almost like it was like it was floating for 2 seconds instead of like a tank hitting a tank. So yeah, that was the one thing that really was shown to me, was like when I saw that the Jeep just go from the good Jeep to the bad blown up animation.
It was really jarring.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it's crazy because like Rising Storm 2 in a lot of aspects looks real good. And I think with again in chat, like I think it actually looks a little bit better in some areas. And that's an old game. That's like Unreal Engine 3, maybe. It's not even Unreal Engine 4. I think that's Unreal Engine 3. And there's moments where it looked a little bit better. But at least okay, maybe not like overall in terms of lighting and texture, but like the feel and the the way the game was put together just seems better back then. So yeah, I'll try it if I get a chance. I'm not probably gonna, it sucks because I was so excited for it, and then this didn't really help.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the old videos did look better.
It really reminds me of. It looks like Battlefield 2 on PC.
Go and look at old 83 trailers, and then look at this one and see the difference of like quality. Like it really looks like it got downscaled.
Interesting.
Yeah. The next thing, I'm just kind of picking through these to make sure like we hit certain things that we want to. There were a couple different zombie games. I don't know if we want to talk about any of them. Project Z looked kind of cool. There were like some horror games.
And Project Z looks like the movie Operation Overlord, but just in a video game.
Yeah.
Good movie though, for sure.
Good movie.
Yeah. So back to the Xbox showcase. Two things I thought were really cool was Bethesda supporting release games. So Starfield got some really sick DLC, and then they got sick DLC for Starfield, and then they got really cool DLC for Fallout 76. and they like put a lot into it. A lot's coming to that game, so that was just of note. I thought that was cool to see older games. Thank you for the 10-7-11. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Did you see the that Atomfall game? Did you guys see that?
I did see that. Yeah,
it confused me.
I still, it's apparently it's because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, here's another Sniper Elite game, and then it wasn't. And I guess it's first person from what we've seen.
But it just feels like
I don't know,
weird like a Cold War Fallout.
It could be. I don't know. Like at the end, you see like the guy with the radiation suit walking and with the weird like plants around him. I thought that looked a little bit more stalker like, but then I don't know what to make of it. It's like it's someone. It said if Sniper Elite meets Generation Zero. I don't know if you know what Generation Zero is.
I don't.
Nope.
Yeah, so Generation Zero is like a 80s in Sweden, like an 80s game that like robots take over. And that this game kind of has that as well too, as like the little robots, and it's got like a metal detector as well too you can use. It feels a little bit all over the place. I need to look more into it. It kind of took me by surprise as well too, the game, because I wasn't expecting that, but then it's from the Sniper Elite developers, and the Sniper Elite games are pretty good, so maybe we'll see some slow motion action as well too, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I just didn't know what to make of it, but it looks interesting. I mean, is it free? People in chat are saying,
oh man, that's I mean, and if you're talking about if it probably comes with Game Pass, I would assume, so
yeah, I'm sure it's Game Pass, but
yeah.
No, I'm just like, I don't have an opinion.
But from what I'm seeing, it is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series. It's also coming out to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, from what they said as well too, from what I'm seeing. So it's coming out for older generation consoles, and then also PC on Steam, Epic Game Store, and Microsoft Store, and also Game Pass. So
I guess one thing I wanted to comment on too, Valorant is coming to console. So I don't know how that's going to work with controller play and crossplay. I hope they have some way to deal with the issue like Siege has. If you have a game that's like a twitchy shooter like that with mouse versus a controller, like balancing that with aim assist without aim assist is like really hard to do. So I don't know how that's going to work out for them. We'll see how they sort through that mess. But yeah, Valorant to console is pretty wild for the shooter space. I thought we saw a lot of stuff. I don't really think, I mean, you shoot in it. I don't know if it's technically a shooter for sure. It's probably not, but Star Wars Outlaws, are you interested in that at all?
I didn't see anything about it. I missed seeing it. Honestly, I got to go back and look at it.
To be honest, you've already seen enough. Have you seen the last couple trailers? That nothing insane was shown. They showed like a little bit more gameplay this time. It was just pure gameplay. Of course, it was like kind of not scripted, but like the person that was playing knew what was going to happen and stuff like that. So
right.
I'm excited for also the Starship Troopers Extermination.
That looked good. Yeah, that looked awesome.
I know I've been playing it for a while. I stopped a long time ago though, because it was just like kind of the same old, and they kept trying to change the class system in there, and they had to wipe accounts and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just wait till it comes out. And it seems like now it's actually coming out this year. I think October 11th. And it's coming out on console as well too. So this is going to be a console game too, which I'm excited for. And it's, people are going to just go play Helldivers. Yeah, but at least this has 16-player co-op and base building as well too. And this technically was out before. Helldivers got inspired by Starship Troopers. Okay, let's be honest here. So it's the OG, of the franchise. And also, Casper Van Dien is coming in because he actually made a video, funny enough, a while ago. I saw he was reacting to Helldivers. The actor was sitting there. And one of the questions at the end was like, "Would you ever come back to Starship Troopers?" He's like, "Yeah, it's always there. If they ever ask me to come back, I'll do it." And then of course, you were always gonna be a part of the game itself. All right, you you cheeky bugger, I guess what the British people say, right?
Something
So,
like that. Yeah.
something like that. Yeah, Marmite. I don't know. So I'm just, it's cool to hear his voice. And to it looks like one of the maps is going to be like in space as well too, or like on a different planet, something like that. So yeah, I'm excited, man.
Another one of them, Once Human. That game is pretty big. What, do you hate it?
Once Human. Why did I not? That must have gone past me. There were so many games that were announced.
It's like a survival game, but with like crazy like horror fantasy anomaly type stuff, like super crazy.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I remember player 2 playing that.
Yeah, he played it a lot. Geeks played it a lot and really liked it.
Oh yeah, okay.
So it finally got an official release date, dude. That trailer got 5.5 million views, dude.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh wow.
Crazy, but it's like, I don't know, with like the bosses and stuff you fight. Like I was watching some of the gunfights; they look kind of Souls like fighting the huge bosses and stuff.
I mean, it's kind of what it feels like. And it's you got the MMO aspect, and then you got the PvP aspect. It feels like it's a lot of games combining together, because you got like the survival aspect and the base rating aspect, and then you got the Souls like fighting boss dungeon levels and stuff. So yeah.
The other one that Finn said, did you see Phantom Line?
Why is this not familiar to? Is that the third person one?
No, it's first person, but yeah, check this trailer out. So this kind of reminds me of that SCP-5K game. People were saying it was kind of like Fear. It says like you're a soldier that goes to other worlds to contain anomalies, but it's like you're like a tactical soldier, like trying to
Fear was a cool game. Yeah, that's neat.
Like trying to
respond. Dude, one of the, why does that look like it's in one of the levels is in the back rooms? Oh jeez. I'll have to check this out. I mean, I don't know if this is the right game, because there's certain screenshots that look amazing and then there's others that look horrible. So
yes,
yeah, I'll have to check it out. Okay.
When I first saw this trailer, I was like, oh, it's like I literally just thought it was like it showed this going into this theater, and they were talking to like somebody on comms was like talking about the anomaly, like do not engage or whatever. There's just this weird thing sitting on the stage. And like I thought it was SCP-5K, like a DLC for SCP, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then it's like a completely different game, but it looks like
that does give me Fear vibes for sure. I remember I got that when the day it came out, was pumped. Yeah, it gives me Fear vibes big time.
That's what a lot of people were saying. So yeah, I wanted to.
Ooh, we'll see. This looks very early as well too.
I dig that operator on the promo art there though, looking very tactical.
Yeah. I'm just there. I remember there was that other SCP style game that came out that was supposed to be like super tactical, and it came out and it was just horrible optimization. I forgot. I think Fry was showcasing it. It came out and it just I don't know. There's not enough for me to be like, all right, I'm all hands in. It just seems very like, you go in, search, leave, maybe. So we'll see. We will see.
Yep. Want to keep an eye on though. It looked kind of cool.
Because I look at the so some screenshots look really good, and then if you go on Steam and look at the screenshot with like him in like the red backrooms level, it looks like a very basic Unreal Engine setup, including like the UI as well too. Like it's very early on. I'm not saying they're using assets. I'm saying it's still very early on in development. So I'm going to wait.
Gotcha. But it's a cool premise, like some of the other games you've enjoyed.
Yeah, it looks cool. It looks great, from some of them, but still.
So apparently this game is also out and available to play for free now. It'd be cool if I knew the name of it. Level 0 Extraction. It's another extraction shooter with like horror type elements to it, like sci-fi type elements. So it's like a similar genre.
That one. Okay, so that one I saw.
Was that the one you're thinking of?
I saw. never mind. That one I saw like other creators. I think this an embargo just came out today because every single person I know was just putting out videos today specifically. So I saw like the original gameplay before, and I'm definitely down to try this out. Like it looks really cool, actually. So, and I guess you can be the monster as well too, which is a really cool aspect as well. So, I know like Custer and Deef, those guys were playing it, Karma Cut and Level Cap and stuff like that. So yeah, literally all of them have just put out a video today. So I'm excited to check it out. Again, I'm just waiting till it comes out on Steam for us. I didn't get to get into any playtest, but you know what? It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
No, that looks pretty cool too. So many games, man. It's wild. Like everything's. I missed a lot of it too. It's just like
it was a good weekend. I did too. I had to watch him like afterwards, dude. I had a wild weekend. So I stayed up. We were supposed to get rain Saturday night, and so I stayed up streaming. Like I had a bunch of people in the Twitch stream. We were having a good time. So I was like, hell yeah, let's keep it rolling. I'm drinking bourbon. I streamed till like 3 a.m. and I like go to fall asleep at 3:30 a.m. and I look at my phone and there's just a shitload of rain north of me. If you guys don't know, I'm a hydrologist, so when it rains a bunch, I have to go make measurements. And so I ended up going to bed at 3:30, pretty drunk, and I got up at 6 o'clock, still smelling like booze, and had to go to work, dude. Like I worked on 2.5 hours of sleep outside all day for like 12 hours. I was dying yesterday.
Ouch. That's rough, man. I bet there was a lot of caffeine upon awakening.
Oh yeah. I actually went to the quick shop and I got 2 large coffees and I just had 2 of them in my truck. It was rough. I paid for it, but the streams were fun. I don't even know.
As long as the stream was fun.
That's the main thing. Dude, I don't even know. Do you guys even want to talk about State of Decay 3? Like I feel like we've got like 15 trailers and never a release date. Like
I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
it's another.
So you ever played the original State of Decay games? It was Xbox more too, so that would make sense. I feel like. Oh no, I mean, I played it on Xbox back on like the 360 when State of Decay first came out.
Yeah, it's a zombie game. They always look really neat, but I've never got into them, and they've just been like.
Oh, it is only Xbox. Yeah,
I feel like they've been teasing this game for like 15 years. Not true, but it's what it feels like.
Yeah. I mean, I think State of Decay 2. Someone said it came out in 2018. So I mean, that's quite some time ago. We're definitely waiting for. I was waiting for another one to get into with some friends because I never really played State of Decay 2. I played the first one. I enjoyed it for what it was, and then I mean, I think when did the first State of Decay come out? I think that was like around the time I joined the army, so I was like not really able to play it too much. Like when did it come out?
Man, I kind of
2013. So yeah, like it was like the summer before I joined. So.
Man, I kind of low-key feel like horror shooters are like becoming more and more of a thing. Like the remake Killing Floor 3, another one that we saw.
Yeah, that one.
Like I feel like there were a lot of zombie and horror games, and then you have like horror extractions and survival horror extraction, like all this.
Dude, Killing Floor is a freaking insane. Have you ever tried Killing Floor?
I haven't. Isn't it kind of like Doom?
It's I think if I remember correctly, the first Killing Floor, like you were like they had like stream integrations as well too, if I remember correctly. So like stream could fuck with you as well too during your playthroughs and stuff. Yeah, but it was like you were like a contestant almost. So
interesting.
Oh yeah, and they're remaking The Thing as well too. Like John Carpenter's The Thing as a survival horror shooter. Dude, as well too, for a co-op game, and it takes place after the movie. So
okay, awesome. I wonder if they'll kind of finish up that story, because like the movie, I mean, I remember they did a prequel to the movie for the Swedish camp, whatever it is, the Norwegian camp, but the original, like they leave you with like question marks. So
Cliffhanger.
I wonder if they're gonna pay that off, but I kind of like the wondering, honestly.
Yeah, I didn't even know if it was a game back from the PS2. So I don't know if that
There
was a
was
remake
one.
they're doing, or I say okay. So
I think they
yeah,
did a game. They did a game to tie in with that prequel movie they did in 2011 or 2012, whenever that
like
one came out.
the newer ish one,
Yeah, yeah, which
kind
was a
of. Yeah,
prequel to the original movie. Yep.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah, man, and I don't even really want to talk about Concord or Fragpunk. They're both really similar, like Overwatch hero-y, crazy looking Fortnite shooters. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
care.
the frag punt, at least the cards were different. That was a different aspect of it.
I get,
Like choosing the cards before the game, and it was like, when I saw like big head mode, I immediately went back to like the old cheat codes back in the day, like turning big head mode on and stuff. So I was like, all right, that's that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess you do have to kind of respect it. That Concord is just like Overwatch, like it's terrible. But the thing
like,
about
at least like
that's kind
Fragpunk,
of cool is like changing the rules during the game, like right before the game, and
or even like it's like, oh, the map now gets flipped upside down right before the round starts and stuff like that. That was pretty interesting to see. So
yeah, at least they're doing something different, like putting a twist on the genre instead of just copying Overwatch, I guess. So.
And this is a console only.
No.
Right? No, it's PC as well too.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, that was that was the only thing that was like, all right, that's cool. All right, next.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe some of the audience would be interested in it, but not. I don't know. Not us.
Yeah.
Not us. And then, like, imagine how much better Ubisoft Forward would have been if we were talking Division Heartland, like the newer Division, maybe a Ghost Recon, the Ghost Recon BR that got canceled, like any of that shit. There was none of it.
Any of that. The only thing we talked about really was XDefiant, and even that was very little amount for FPS.
There was Division 2 Year 6 Season 1 reveal.
So yeah, okay, cool, thanks. Give me Division 3 at this point. Like, yeah, when I saw that, I just because I went back and went to like scan through, and I saw that, I just skipped right past it. I was like, I don't really care about Division 2 anymore. I just want the next Division game at this point.
Yep. And then Tarkov released like another trailer in the PC gaming show, and they talked about how Tarkov 1.0 is around the corner. So yeah, there was a new Tarkov trailer. I don't really know what it announced. I don't even think anymore. Like several years ago, it sounded like 1.0 Tarkov was going to actually be something. Like it was going to be open world, like in-raid traders. Like they were going to completely like change the game when 1.0 came out was going to be something. But it really, to me, just sounds like now they're just going to be like, okay, here's 1.0.
Yeah, it's going to be the same exact game.
Yeah, it's not going to be any
here
of that.
you go. Yeah, because like they showcase like, oh, now you can move from place to place. When Nikita was showing like the car transportation to different maps, I was like, wait, that's what you had in mind? It wasn't like, well, I could walk around through, out. I can leave factory into reserves. Like that wasn't the point, or leave factory into the city. Like,
well, in the last, and there's no reason to do that because you'll need to drop your stuff off anyway, your stash. Like it's really silly. But they had, for the last several Tarkov TVs, they're like, they walked it back, like it's not going to be open world anymore. And then on the last one, he's like, yes, Tarkov eventually will be open world. Like he said it again, and it's just like, you've been waffling back and forth on that for 8 years, and like, just stop, dude. Like they're gonna release.
Yeah, I will say, and now with all the other extraction games coming out and stuff like that, I think Tarkov's feeling it. Maybe I think they're feeling like the less eyes upon them, and right now they still have the title of the top extraction game, but I don't think for long they're gonna keep that title. So.
Yeah, there definitely seems like they're doing a lot more work all of a sudden.
So. Nikita's answering people and like being more receptive and stuff. It's funny.
So, yeah, I'm over Tarkov. I keep seeing my buddy Justin on YouTube. He's playing a lot of SPT Tarkov with the FICA mod that adds co-op into it. Ooh. So now it's just SP Tarkov with co-op.
I'm about to get that. Yeah, I'm about to install that too. I know
I need to install as well too because I have Tarkov. My buddy Havoc sent me the link to download SP Tarkov and then to add that mod in. So yeah, I mean I was watching it. It was like he was playing and there was like he would shoot. There was a hit marker when you shot the people, and if you shot a dude in the head, it was like a different color, almost Battlefield like. Because then when the guy went down, the little like text come up, you know, when he killed. So I was like, that's kind of cool, you know, a little bit more arcadey ish Tarkov. So
yeah,
and then of course
so
they
mods
make the AI act like players too. It's insane. It's so crazy that the modders were able to take the same code and make the AI better.
Yeah, right.
Yeet, thank you for the super chat, man. Super kind, dude. I appreciate
Let's go,
that.
Yeet.
Yeet. Dude, one more thing. I know we're running long. We need to wrap it up. Big show today, but Buff sent this.
Big show.
Right before we went live. Sandstorm's not dead, I guess. Right? Like
Sandstorm.
I saw that. Yeah. What happened there? Because I didn't even get to like read it. So
basically,
yeah, I mean,
they're just saying.
Yeah,
like,
go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Buff. Do you want to?
No, go for it.
I was just saying real quick. So they basically kind of addressed it, right? Like there's some confusion with the community regarding Insurgency Sandstorm development, like because we thought whatever that big company is that bought up a bunch of places, we thought they closed them down. Can't remember what the big group.
Yeah, they said that they shut them down, but apparently.
Yeah, but apparently they're still going. So they said hotfix 2 not so small. We realize this is confusing. The size of the update is larger due to change in infrastructure combined with the way UE4 handles packs. Hotfix 2 is coming. There's an update 1.16 for Operation Crisis. So they're targeting a spring release for a new operation. Crossplay is also being tested to go between console and PC if you want to. Crossplay will be input-based matchmaking. All platforms will be able to play together, but you have to opt into it. So pretty standard stuff for crossplay. Then they're doing like more visual stuff. It seems like they've done quite a bit of visual upgrades. They're doing another one, another round of lighting. So we can see, sorry, audio listeners, we can see before and after stuff with lighting. It looks a lot better. Getting better and better with time, I guess. This being a 5-year-old game now. The night lighting looks way better. The skybox looks pretty cool.
Looks much better.
So they're doing limited time game modes at XP events, and they're talking about more patch notes and stuff like that, and basically like just saying like, hey, we're not closed down, I guess. So
yeah, and a brand new map coming too, like round up new map.
Yeah.
At least one. I think they're working on. There's a few that they've been teasing. So, but they in this particular article they mentioned that they built one ground up, like brand new, and looks sick, man. So, and they've been teasing a lot over on their socials with this 1.16 update, with again like new maps, weapons, outfits, a lot of stuff. And more. They've been pretty secretive about it. I was hoping that this article would address more of that, but that update, the Operation Crisis, will drop. It said spring, right? And the last day of spring, I think, is June 20th. So the 21st is when summer officially starts.
Yeah.
So we're looking, the next week and a half, somewhere in here, we'll be getting this new update. So I'm pumped for Operation Crisis. Get in, see what the new weapons are, and new cosmetics.
Yo, that's sick,
especially
Mask.
with the Gen 9 update.
He said there's a secret link. So on this, the period. So under Operation Crisis, the period is a hyperlink. Just a little period.
Oh.
And you click on it and it takes you to a teaser.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Of Operation Crisis.
Wow. What? That's crazy.
Yo, shout out.
Awesome.
Shout out Mask. So yeah, this is an update. It looks like it's like a really staticky, super like close teasery style picture of the
that's cool.
Stuff.
Yo, shout out to him, dude.
There was one. Oh, right there.
Getting little glimpses of like clear stuff.
Like there's a clear, like kind of half-ass clear shot.
Yeah.
Of like the new map and stuff.
Ooh,
nice. We found a secret teaser.
Boom.
Shout out Mask. Yeah, I guess
that's wow.
Insurgency's
awesome.
Killing it still somehow for some reason. I guess.
Dude, I'm so pumped, and honestly, I need to. I don't think I did it yet, and reinstall it on the PC because I have it on PC also.
Oh
so
yeah.
do some ISMC mod again, which I loved that. So that would be cool. But yeah, with this update, I'm pumped, man. That map looks sick. That's awesome. They did that. I'm really excited to see the new weapons and cosmetics and all that too.
Yeah. So man, yeah, if you ever want to run Insurgency, I always keep it installed. I play it once in a while. I probably play it like once a month or something. I run a match or two.
Fun. Yeah, you run it with like buddies. I mean, I just play the PvP modes because I have a lot of fun there, just playing and moving slowly and all that stuff. But even playing with randoms, like you use your mic, like people are always like everyone's making call outs. Like it's a really good community for sure.
People still have fun in it. It's pretty good time.
I can jump in that and have a blast.
Yeah. I have to not take it seriously because there are people that have not left in 5 years and know every spot on the map to like shoot you from like a skinny angle from wherever.
That's why I don't do PvP because like I just have more fun working with a team. The PvE mode is like hard as hell depending on the maps and modes.
Yeah. It's a cool game, man.
It is. It's so much fun.
So I'm like mixed on it. Like I'm happy to hear that it's not dead, but I also kind of wish they'd make a new one. I'm like
yeah,
that's what I'm on that right now.
I want a third one. Yeah, I think that'll be the third one, right?
Cool. When's the next one? Yeah. The second one's a great game already.
Yeah.
Like imagine what the third one will be. So
with like a UE5, oh my god.
Oh my god, with that gunfight, the gameplay mechanics, dude, that would be insane. And then imagine mod support on top of that as well too.
Yeah, that's gonna need to be a must. I mean, I think this is huge if they're tackling the crossplay aspect of it here in the 1.17 update, because it almost feels like they're getting the groundwork laid for another title, right? Because what would they need with another title when it comes out? You're going to need an engine update. It's gonna need to be UE5, and they're on UE4 here. So engine update, crossplay, like there's things that it feels like they're just laying the groundwork for, going through, doing the lighting, new maps, things like that. So I feel like I don't know what the status is of the studio. What they say in this article is they're still working on the game, supporting the game. They have devs there that have been there from day one. So yeah, I would love to see a third iteration.
Embracer Group. So I'm looking at an article from Insider Gaming from December. We talked about this on the show.
Yeah,
Insurgency developer New World Interactive shut down by Embracer Group. The Embracer Group bought a bunch of stuff. It's so weird.
Dude, apparently not, man. Apparently not. I think
maybe they went off on their own, perhaps.
I wonder. But if they're still pushing out updates, like
maybe this was already like planned as well too, perhaps.
I don't know, man,
maybe this was like,
I don't know. They did the next gen. They did the Gen 9 update early in the year after that announcement. And now they're doing more content. It's almost like that was rolled back, and they're like, okay,
especially with this tease too. Is like, why would you keep teasing content if you technically were shut down at this point?
But they said in this, like, let's clear some of this up. We can confirm that nothing has changed in terms of the levels of support that Sandstorm is receiving. We're actively working on the game. In fact, there are several people on the team who have been in the title for many years now, and it lists some of them. And
it's almost like, dude, I'm fairly confident they're working on another title at this point, because if whatever happened with that shutdown news, apparently they're obviously not shut down. They're supporting the game, but also it's like if they were in a state where it's like skeleton crew support, which it clearly doesn't look like it, you wouldn't be pushing out new content. That was what, 7 months ago that was announced, just about now. So you wouldn't be pushing out a Gen 9 update and now this and a plan for a 1.17 with crossplay and everything like that. You wouldn't be pushing that out unless you had like big plans. So that leads me to believe like there's definitely a Sandstorm 3 in the works for sure.
It'd be cool too if it was like just like Insurgency or like Insurgency 3, and it was like different places, not just the Middle East. So I could see some of the like just
some homeland, variety of all over the world. Yeah, that'd be sick.
That'd be really cool. Like some urban, like maybe some urban U.S. cities and some Europeans. That'd be cool if it could be like all over. Because and like you said with UE5, like the graphics in that game look pretty good, but their audio is like top tier. So like if they had UE5 visuals and their audio, it'd be a really good experience.
That'd be like a game of the year contender, I feel. Because I remember when this one came out, it was so hot on Twitch, like everyone was just loving it. So imagine this with a whole new engine, just be wild.
It'd be cool. So yeah, that's how we end the show, guys. Insurgency Sandstorm is not dead. You heard it
Thank
here.
God. Thank
You heard
God.
it here first or second.
That pleases me greatly.
Depending on if you read Twitter. Is that a show, guys? That was a hell of a good one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I drank like a quarter gallon or a half gallon of water during this, so you know, nature's a
Hell
calling.
Yeah,
Stay
same.
hydrated.
I gotta hunt down some food in the kitchen. So anyway, guys.
Yeah, that's my food downstairs.
Yeah, thank you so much. 2 quick announcements. Again, we said at the top of the show, we'll say it real quick. Next week we crossed 10,000 downloads on audio version, which is super awesome. We can't thank you guys enough for that. That's a really big number. And also next week, huge show. The CEO of Any Brain Anti-Cheat will be here to talk about AI anti-cheat. So it's going to be a really cool and insightful episode next week. So we got a big one. So we'll see you guys on the next one. It'll be awesome. Stay tuned to all of our socials, all of our channels. Links to Buff and Blue stuff is down in the description or the show notes, depending on where you at. Hit them up in their Discords, over on Twitter, follow along, and we'll keep you guys updated. But next week will be a really cool episode too. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I really hope to see you next week.
Later, guys.
Take care, everyone. Peace.